Hi, and welcome to day 8. Today we're going to start with just focusing right in on our breath. In through your nose, all the way down to your belly, and exhale again fully. As you focus on your breath, we're going to talk about how sometimes life doesn't go exactly as we thought or as we planned. And as we meet these challenges, we can lean into them and learn to pivot, to change direction. Sometimes small course corrections and sometimes complete shifts. Learning to do this can help us weather the storm. If we're too rigid, that's when we start to break. So today let's focus on breathing deeply, learning to shift, and learning to pivot when we need. Let's start off with some seated spinal twists. Take your left hand to your right knee, elongate through your spine, bring your right hand behind you. Twist through the torso. As you inhale, lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, deepen the twist. Back to center. I'm going to twist the other way. So right hand to left knee, left arm behind you. Stay up tall through the spine, extending through the crown of the head, keeping both sit bones on the mat. Back to center. And now we're going to come over into tabletop position. So hands and knees, shoulders and elbows over the wrists, your hips over your knees, and into a flat back. Press your back up into cat. And dip down into cow. We're going to go back and forth, moving from the pelvis, arching the back into cat pose, pressing through the shoulders, letting the belly drop and the chest open. This helps to give us some flexibility through the spine, warming everything up. Back to a flat back. I'm going to do some balancing table. So the left arm and the right leg are going to extend. Switch sides. If you can only do one at a time, that's okay. I want to find nice length through the arm and leg, keeping our lower belly tucked in. We can be both flexible and strong at the same time. A few more like this, switching back and forth. You can do just an arm or just a leg if you're finding that it's too challenging for your balance yet. And work up. Nice and slowly. Tuck your toes under and press back into downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out, keep them nice and loose. First downward dog. Walk your feet forward, forward fold. Hands to your shins, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop your arms up overhead. And exhale, fold. Step your feet back into plank. Lower down, chaturanga, keeping your elbows right at your sides. Press up into cobra. Tuck your toes and back into dog. We're going to start with a sequence of warrior poses. So stepping your right foot forward between your hands. Left leg stays extended. Hands on your knee. And you can extend them right above your head if you can, keeping that right knee behind the toes, tailbone tucked in. Left foot comes parallel to the short edge of your mat. Arms extend out to the sides. Deepen that lunge. Move your foot out in front of you. Kind of walk it out, wiggle your toes. Right arm comes to your right knee. Left arm extends out over your head. Nice long line. The tip of your toes down to the bottom of your foot. Extended side angle. Bring your left hand down to the mat. Step back into dog. Walk up, forward fold. Hands to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop your arms up. Exhale, dive back to fold. Step back, chaturanga. Exhale, baby cobra. Tuck your toes and press back into dog. I'm going to come to the other side now. So left foot's going to step forward into our warrior one. Hands to the knees. Extend upwards, keeping the lower belly tucked into the ribs. Tailbone tucked down. Shoulder blades away from the ears. Okay, foot turns to the edge of the mat. Warrior two. Arms extend out to the sides. Keeping that front knee bent. You can walk your foot out if you need to deepen. Now extended side angle. So left arm comes to your left knee. Right arm extends out over your head, framing your ear. And bring your hands to the mat and step back into downward facing dog. Walk your feet forward, forward fold. Hands to your shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step back into plank. Chaturanga, lower slowly. Extend into cobra. Tuck your toes and press your hips up into dog. Pressing your hips way up to the sky. Drop your knees to the ground. You're going to sit back on your feet. We're going to come into camel pose. So come up into a high kneel. And your hands come to your lower back. Tops of your feet press down into the mat. If you're able, start to lean back. Pressing into your hips. Opening the chest. Your pelvis pushed forward. Back up to center. Press your hips back. And extend your arms out in front of you for child's pose. Forehead comes to the mat. Your heart melts. Back up to your hands and knees. Curl your toes and press back into dog. Walk your feet forward to a forward fold. Hands on your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, scoop your arms up. Exhale, fold. Back into plank. Chaturanga. You can lower knees, hips, head, doctor. That feels better for you. Tuck your toes. Press your hips up into dog. Walk your feet forward into forward fold. And then bend your knees. Slowly sink your hips back. You reach up to the sky for chair pose. Your arms are framing your ears. pull your core in tight. And bring your hands to your chest, to your heart center, if that looks better for you. Try and sink nice and deep into your chair. This is a tough one. And press back up into a forward fold. Bend your knees and come down to sitting on the mat. Lie back. Bend your knees, feet flat on the mat. And then bring your knees in, give them a little hug. Roll your back on the mat, give yourself a little massage. Reach down for the outside edge of your feet. Pull your knees in towards your armpits for happy baby. And you can roll back and forth a little bit, give yourself a little massage in this position. Press your feet into your hands. Knees back to your chest, feet down to the mat. Extend your arms out to the sides and let your knees drop over to the right side with supine spinal twist. Turn your gaze to your left and allow that twist to happen through your torso, keeping your shoulders pressed to the mat. Back to center. And then we're going to switch sides and go to the left. So bring your knees down to the left side. And your gaze turns to the right. Let your breath come back to normal. Bring your knees back to center. Tuck your heels in as close as you can to your buttocks. Hands flat on the mat. Press your hips up to the sky for bridge pose. Bring your knees together here. Your inner thighs are engaged. Bring your legs together. Your weight is resting on your shoulder blades. Come back to the mat. And walk your feet out as wide as the edge of your mat. You can let your knees rest against each other. If it is comfortable for you, you can stay here for Savasana, or you can extend your legs